Hello, 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 and welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses channel. My name is Michael Bredhauer, and beside me is the one, the only, the amazing Jason Palliser. How you doing, bud?
Good. You said that. Well, thanks. How much do I owe you for that?
You're up to about $10,000 now.
I owe you.
He's good for it. If you've seen Dumb and Dumber, you know how good those work. Thanks for watching today. For our returning subscribers, we really appreciate you coming back. We love you attending, and we especially love the comments that you guys write down. We take those comments. If you've watched previous episodes, you've seen us actually read your questions. Occasionally, it comes across as just more of a statement, which is something we're going to be talking about now. Now, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't hit that notification bell, I'm going to highly suggest you do that now, because every single one of these episodes comes out of you and what you want to know. Jason Palliser has put himself on the line, talked about vulnerabilities, things that have made tons of money, things that have lost tons of money, mistakes, and all that kind of stuff. So we're excited to be here. But Jason.
Yeah, that was my least favorite video. Hey, tell us all your mistakes. Great. Yeah, let's dig into that. Thanks. Appreciate it.
You hear that, folks? Maybe write some more questions asking about his mistakes.
Just opening up those old wounds.
Hey, Jason, what was the absolute biggest mistake you've made in your life? No, that's not today's question.
Yeah. When did you cry the most, Jason? Tell us when you cried.
That's a good one. Hey, somebody comment below, Jason, when did you cry the most? And that way I can read it to him. But today we already have a topic. So, Jason, today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should buy a house that's relatively in good shape, a good-looking house, or one that just looks downright ugly.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of facets around that, so maybe you can help break it down when it's appropriate.
Okay, yeah, so that's a common question. So that's a common question that we get. Hey, should I buy a house that needs a little bit of work, a lot of work, a good house, a bad house, ugly house? So yeah, let's just break that down. That's probably when somebody's getting started, it's probably a top 5 question. Hey, I want to break into this. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, and so then we start talking down that path of what type of house. And here's what I would tell you. It's personal preference, obviously, but I would tell you this. I would find a house that needs a lot of work. Okay. So if is the house in perfect order and I'm just gonna try and flip it for more and see if I can see what the market bears, or am I just going to get something that needs some new carpet and a couple ceiling fans? Or do I want a house that needs a lot of work? Here's what I would tell you. I would go after a house that needs a lot of work because there's a lot more potential for profit, right? Meaning, if you're located in a house that needs a lot of work, then you're in a position of strength when you're negotiating to try and find a win-win deal that you can strike with a property owner, right? It's very hard to do that when it's retail. So if you really want to start hitting whatever financial goals that you set for yourself on a yearly basis or quarterly basis, whatever it may be, you can get there a lot faster with less projects if you buy a house that needs work, right? And now I'm gonna talk about this a few different ways. If it's a house that needs work, then I assume that you're flipping it or you're going to wholesale it. So those are the ones that you're going to make the most money on, folks. So that's what I would tell you just right out of the gate is that try and find property that need more work.
Hey, and Jay, just because I know we're going to get this a little bit, what would you describe as a house that needs work versus a house that just needs, a little bit of light touch?
Okay.
Where's the cusp line?
I'll work in reverse. Hey, something that needs light touch: paint, carpet, kitchen cabinets. Okay. Hey, while you're learning, stop for a second and get the book, The Art of Flipping Deals. Here's how easy it is. Just go to the website, theflippingbook.com, and what you're going to have is an instant download on how we flip deal after deal after deal with predictability that others can't find. What that simply means to me is that that's what we call a lipstick job. You got something, it's in pretty good working order. We're just throwing a little bit of lipstick on it. So you're talking paint, carpet, kitchen cabinets, just to brighten up the kitchen, because I think everybody knows kitchens being updated is one of the biggest selling points, kitchens and bathrooms, right? So that's what I would call a light fix-up job. And there's nothing wrong with those. You can get in and out faster, but there's typically less profit than something that needs a lot of work. Now, on the flip side of that, what's something that needs a lot of work? Like hey, this is a good one. This is a gem. This is one you can make a lot of money on. These are the ones that have been neglected for a long time. These are the ones to where at a glance, you're like, this is pretty much going to need everything. So it's going to need flooring. The windows look dated. You're going to get a couple roofers out to look at the roof as well. You need to update all the receptacles and you got the light switches and the vanities need to be replaced. You name it, everything pretty much throughout. You're going to look at, hey, is this electrical need to be updated? The plumbing. So it's basically a full-blown rehab, almost like a new house. And in those situations too, now you're not just looking at it, and this is where you can make the most money, folks. Where you can make the most money on these houses that really need fix-up is this. Don't look at it from the standpoint of, okay, this room needs to be fixed, and then turn your head this way a little bit. Okay, this room needs to be fixed. Here's what I mean. Look at it and go, okay, does it even need to look like this anymore? Meaning, do I just need to go into this room and fix it? What if you blew out a wall and made it 2 large rooms, right? In today's world, everybody likes open spaces so that you can be in the kitchen making dinner or a snack and you can still look in the living room and watch TV instead of walking into a separate room. So these are things that you can look at to do to find an opportunity to make more money. So when I'm asked the question, hey, do we want something that's already in good working order? And is that the best bang for my buck or something that needs a lot of work? I would always go to the one that needs a lot of work because there's the most opportunity to make a lot of money there. So that's what I would tell you right out of the gate. Now, those projects take a little longer to get to the finish line. So as long as you know that going in, then you're good. But what I really want to impress upon you, which most people never slow down to do. And I gather if you've watched other videos or you've searched online and try and get some information to start doing this at a higher level in the investment space, I bet most of the time, or not even most of the time, I would tell you 99.9% of the time, they don't say things like what I'm about to say to you, which is when you're looking for something that needs a lot of work. I already kind of mentioned it earlier, but let me give you some examples now. I want to look at it as a complete overhaul. And some of you, when I say that, like, oh, it sounds like a lot more work. It could be, but it's a lot more money. Meaning this, as an example, I will look at in an area, hey, it needs a total update. So that's one that we're talking about right now. But I'll look at it. Maybe it's got a 1-car garage. I'll look around the area. If a lot of houses have been renovated and it's clear to me that people are just parking in their driveways, then I can take that garage and turn it into an extra bedroom and bathroom. So it's a house that I could take a 2-bedroom, 1-bath and literally just eliminate the garage and turn it into a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So think about this. If I was looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in that area that needs a lot of work, I'm going to pay an extra $100,000. I'll give you, like, there's an area of St. Pete, Florida. Okay. We'll look at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath and might have to pay $350 for it because it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It can need total renovation. And that's the type of deal that I'm talking about right now. Total fix up, not just paint and carpet and kitchen cabinets. But what I'm saying is this, in that same area of St. Pete that I'm speaking of, I can find a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and I might be able to get $125,000 cheaper or $100,000 cheaper because it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, not a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But if it's got a 1-car garage, I can just eliminate the garage because I see a lot of people parking in driveways and they don't even have garages. I'll take that garage and turn it into an extra bed and bath. And now all of a sudden I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that I got for $100,000 or $125,000 cheaper, and fixing the garage into a bedroom and a bathroom might only cost me an extra $20,000 in my total project. So that net profit to me is $80,000. So when I get asked the question, house that's almost done versus one that needs a lot of work, I'm going to start looking at properties that need a lot of work and seeing what can I do to change how this property looks? Because that's where you can explode your profitability. Does that make sense?
It does. It reminds me of a movie. I can't think of the name. I know one of them. It's called Not Another Teen Movie, but essentially what they do is they find somebody to take them to prom. They're like, oh, you're not going to make that person prom material. And then they make the bet. They end up taking that person over through a makeover, and they end up being the hottest person in school.
Correct. The one that needs the most work, right?
You want to look for the ugly duckling and be like, oh, you're not going to turn that into a 3-bedroom, 2-story, $900,000 property. That is a $400,000 property all day long. Not up here, it isn't.
Yeah, correct. So you're 100% correct on that. So as you're listening to this, these are the things that I need you to look out for. Think about this. And guess what? Put it into practice. Like, you could do this. When this video is done and you're taking notes, I would tell you to rewatch this. And if you like what we're telling you and all of a sudden we're saying some things that I know you haven't heard before, like on what to look for, then think about that for a second and subscribe to the channel and start watching the other videos that we put out, because it was our goal when we started this channel to make sure that we can help everyone that's a real estate investor across America. That's our goal. And help them do it better, with more profit, with less effort, with less marketing budget to get to good deals. And so put this into practice, meaning this. I challenge you, okay? I challenge you when you're done with this video to start searching in different areas, in different cities that you want to invest in. And normally where everyone in America and your competition as well looks for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, because that's what most people like to flip, because a lot of people like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? I challenge you to start looking at 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, which are less desirable, right? But that have a garage that you can convert, because you can get those houses $100 and something thousand cheaper. You could even go on, even though we're off-market specialists, you could go on realtor.com and start looking at 2-bedroom, 1-bath, because they're freaking $100,000 cheaper, and do a conversion on it and get it up to maybe 5% less than a normal 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a garage. That's a way to force your way into profits, folks. So when I get asked the question, house that's pretty relatively done or a house that needs work, I'll always say the ones that need the most work have the most profit potential. But then I'll also say, can you develop a new part of your brain that actually looks at deals differently, right? I knew he was going to grab the thinking cap.
You got to put your thinking caps on.
Can you put on your investor thinking cap? I knew you were going to do that.
It had to be done.
So can you put on your investor? They make fun of me for the things that
this is brilliant. I don't know why he thinks they're making. You really need to do this, because you
put on your investor thinking cap.
There we go.
And like, literally, when this video is done, for the love of all things holy, start go look at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath that have a garage and say, screw the garage. Can I convert this into an extra bedroom and bathroom and buy a house $100 to $125,000 cheaper, but then get it up to what a 3-bedroom and 2-bath property in the marketplace looks like right now, maybe just $25,000 less because it's minus a garage, and you may make $80,000 profit right there. Make sense?
And everyone else is going to look at you like, how did you do that? Well, I saw the opportunity. I made it happen.
Yeah.
So yes, there you go. I didn't write that question down. That was more of a statement that came posed to us. So make sure you're commenting below and let us know, hey, I've gotten a question on an ugly house. I got a follow up on this. And we've done this in the past. This is an old question. We write them down, and I asked Jason Palliser, and he off the cuff has to give you his answer from real life experience of things that we're doing right now.
The other thing that I would tell you too, again, if this is your first video, we got plenty more for you. That's the whole reason this channel was put together. So start watching and bring us your questions. But secondly, whether you've been doing it for a year or just getting started, or you've been doing it for 10 or 15 years, we would love to talk to you. If you haven't dove into our channel, I think you know, so I'll tell you right now in this video, we've been doing this for 25 years and get paid to average 20, 30, 40, 50 contracts a month for large companies. So we get to everything first. But all these little nuances of looking at things the right way, approaching it the right way to maximize your profit potential and hit all your financial goals that you set for yourself, we're very interested in talking to you about that. So schedule a call with us. 95% of the people that schedule a call talk directly with me. You get a phone call from me on my personal cell phone. So schedule a call, and we want to talk to you about you and your business.
Absolutely. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Do not miss out on the next episode, because we have more coming your way, like he said. Otherwise, we will see you on the next episode of No Flipping Excuses.
See you, folks. Start searching for 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Hey, Here's what I want you to do. Let's take your learning to another level. I know you have questions, so schedule a call with me. Go to 2daycall.com, fill out a form, and get on my calendar so I can help you start closing deal after deal and answer all your questions to put you on a path to predictable closings.